LeBron spent millions on some of the craziest homes in the world, but he isn't the only NBA player doing that. From Michael Jordan's house that got used in music videos, to Lamelo Ball's penthouse he can drive go-karts on, Anthony Davis's house has an arcade where he can hoop, and one NBA legend's place has its own water park. Those are just the beginning of the homes that NBA players own, from $1 homes, all the way up to a $39 million mega mansion, and every other price in between. Starting with the cheapest, here's an NBA player who lives in a cardboard box. Literally, Delonte West wasn't always holding part of his home in his hands. He used to be an NBA star playing alongside LeBron until he went crazy.
I don't give a
Nowadays he's homeless, dancing and living around gas stations, getting arrested all the time, and wandering the streets without anything to his name, except his $1 cardboard sign that's probably the only shelter he's had in a while. But speaking of LeBron, he spent 3,000 times as much on a crib for
A minor.
Now, I already thought LeBron's house looked crazy, especially with his gold-crowned statue in the backyard, until he showed us something else back there.
So this is outside the house, and then this little girl has the nerve to have her own house.
Yeah, LeBron's definitely not like us, because he bought his daughter a huge playhouse that's a twin of their real house. And it doesn't just have a living room or a kitchen, it's big enough for even LeBron to fit inside. But spending $3,000 on a playhouse is cheap. LeBron's cribs get way more expensive later on. But before we get to those, another player spent $10,000 on a house he could drive. See, Matt Bonner was just trying to move into a tiny home to save some money. Only problem was, the first place he checked out, he couldn't even walk in. So, just because the Bonner was too big to fit inside, dude worked with a team to design a custom tiny home where they used him for measurements.
Wow! Awesome.
Now, he wasn't just hyped seeing it from the outside. The Bonner could actually fit in this one. It also got a second level for his kids. It came with a hoop attached.
That's unreal.
And the house was put on wheels, so he could literally strap his $10,000 home up to a truck and drive it anywhere in the world. Now, that's a mobile home if I ever seen one. But the home that James Harden spent 8 times as much on got him sued. Nobody expected that to be the biggest headline of the offseason. Harden was just trying to enjoy life, so he wanted to do what he always does. Turn up and party.
Yeah. Swag!
But Harden wasn't just trying to get faded at his own house. He rented out this place for the week that has a crazy looking pool with a waterfall, a pickleball court, even a place to hoop. And since it also had a movie theater with stars on the ceiling, a cooler with bottles of liquor everywhere, plus a crazy rooftop deck, Harden had plenty of room to throw some bangers. But as lit as it all looked, all of Harden's parties turned controversial. The rental agreement he signed specifically said he was only allowed to have a few people over. So when every night damn near turned into Project X with a bunch of people and plenty of damage to the crib, the home's owner turned the situation into a legal battle. In the end, even though Harden just paid $80,000 for a few nights in a crib, he's getting sued for 4 times as much. But another NBA star leveled up to something worth over $1 million just to live up here in the clouds. 667 feet up here in one of the tallest buildings in Los Angeles. Here at the Ritz-Carlton is Lonzo Ball's 50th floor condo that doesn't just have a wine cellar and plenty of space, especially to train his dog.
Jump. Sit. Down. Speak. Good boy.
His place has some of the most insane views of the city, even overlooking the Lakers arena. This was the perfect home, and it even helped him win some 2K competitions.
He's not gonna win.
And we was both playing for our bracelets.
Bang on this, Ronnie. Hey, bro, hand me those bracelets. Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
But Lonzo wasn't just taking jewelry in this condo. His building also has a gym for him to get swole, a massive rooftop pool, and since other millionaires have cribs here like Floyd Mayweather, I could see why Lonzo spent $1.6 million just to live here. But another player didn't just spend more on a home to live. He bought an entire private island.
You bought an island. An island.
Yeah, man, island.
Now, Reggie Bullock wasn't lying, man. He was sick of only going to tropical islands on vacation. So he finally decided to buy his own, and welcome to Bullock Island.
What's good, family? What's good? You here already? That was a quick flight.
I know, man. I'm ready to go. What's the game plan?
Just give me about 5 minutes. I have an Uber on the way to come pick you up.
Here in Belize is Reggie's heart-shaped paradise. It's got plenty of things to do. Of course, starting with a full-size court to hoop, you can also get lunch from his personal chef, take rides on a private boat, and Reggie's even building a huge crib to live in with a separate man cave.
These were 2 second additions that we added here to the island. That on the far left will be my game room area where I will be able to hang, my former teammates' jerseys up. I have a pool table. I have different arcade games, hookah, man cave vibes.
Everything on Reggie's island is insane, man. And I'd hope so. The island cost him $2 million. But even a private island isn't more expensive than Lamelo Ball's crib that he drives go-karts on. And whipping that around ain't the only crazy thing going on at Lamelo's, man. First, we have to talk about how he's got windows everywhere with crazy views where you can even see the arena he plays at. Dude's condo even has an outdoor patio, a huge kitchen, and a pool table that turns into a kitchen table. Underneath the condo is Lamelo's garage, of course filled with his custom Rolls, Cybertruck, Ferrari, and more crazy cars. Then on the roof, Lamelo's always seen turning the spot into a dog park or zooming around in go-karts. And Lamelo better be able to do stuff like that, man. His condo costs $2.6 million. But not every NBA player's home is fun and games. Cause another NBA legend's crib didn't just cost more, it made him the target of a home invasion. Now, Udonis Haslam's crib wasn't always being filmed when something terrifying happened. At first, another NBA player, Nate Robinson, was actually pretty hyped checking out Haslam's home for his show. And just peep how crazy this place is. There's a driveway full of expensive cars, a huge pool, and the inside is even more insane. Haslam's first crazy room is dedicated to some of the most expensive shoes ever. His second is a special room that's not just filled with hundreds of signed jerseys from the best athletes ever. The center of the room is a massive bar that wraps around his own Shark Tank.
You ready? Just drop it in there, Nate. Just drop it in there now. You don't need to get... You ain't even make the shit in the thing, man. You threw the shit on the edge.
Man, y'all can't see that high, bro. You can smell it.
Now, having all these type of things made the crib go viral, but that was exactly the problem. Cause since the tour of his house racked up over 3 million views, some criminals found out where he lived and planned to do something illegal. They snuck into his neighborhood and broke into his house to steal anything expensive. But when Haslam's alarms started going off, they fled the scene before police showed up, and somehow not a single thing was taken from Haslam's mansion that cost $3.2 million. Now, not every NBA player's home is so serious, because where George Hill lives isn't only bigger than an entire city, it has its own zoo. Exotic animals like that live all over George's jungle. Man bought plenty of land in Texas just to build something that no other NBA player owns. George's compound has a garage full of old school cars, a massive shoe collection, and even a full-sized court to hoop. That's why his teammates just had to go kick it there for the day.
Happy that George shared his ranch with us, saw some animals, pool cards, ate some tacos.
But Giannis wasn't the only animal there, because George's jungle isn't just bigger than the city he grew up in.
Downtown Indianapolis will fit on like half of it.
He has 900 acres of land that's home to some of the most exotic animals in the entire world.
We probably have over like 1,000 animals out here right now, from wildebeest, elands, red lechwade, New Zealand red stag. We have elk, ostrich, kangaroos. You just gotta be careful and find the right breeders.
Now, since George has his own zoo, it only makes sense that the place cost him $5 million. But Jimmy Butler's house didn't just cost more. He turned it into a coffee store.
Coffee will cost you $60 and I'm not f***ing around.
Yeah, Jimmy's taxing for his expensive mansion. But before we get into his home, or some of the crazier homes that NBA players own, like LaMelo's mansion he can land helicopters at, an NBA Legends home that has its own water park, or the most expensive home an NBA player owns worth over $39 million? Listen, I'm about to hook you up with a way to get into the NBA action unlike anything you've ever seen before. See, I've been showing up to a lot of NBA games lately, whether it was in DC, even though the Wizards are ass, or other places like in New York, even sitting courtside at some Laker games. Hey, LaDaddy, let's see you go off tonight. I've been having some of the absolute best times of my life at games, all thanks to my boys at Game Time hooking me up with tickets, who's also the sponsor of this video. Listen, Game Time's what I'm gonna be using to see a lot more NBA games this year, and I'm about to show you a way to get yourself some crazy NBA experiences. Just hopping on their app, it's the best ticket securing experience you'll ever use, cause for any event, not just NBA, but NFL, MLB, concerts, and more, Game Time shows the best prices available. One of my personal favorite features is the Game Time Picks section, because it shows the most highly anticipated events of whatever area I'm in, and when I click on one, boom, I can customize the spot and how many tickets I get. There's even a super deal tab that gives you an absolute top tier valued seat. Like how for me, it says this is a top 1% deal. And before making any purchase, you get to see the exact view you get from any seat in the arena, so I'm always hyped knowing that's exactly what I'm gonna get in real life. Listen bro, it never matters if you're trying to buy tickets early, last minute, or even late. The app allows you to handle everything stress-free with no hidden fees, and to make your experience even better, they're letting me hook you up with a crazy deal for your first event. All you gotta do is download the Game Time app, create an account, then use my code HoopFlix, and I'm guaranteeing tickets to your first event are an extra $20 off. Terms apply. Listen, come on man, I just want you to experience some live events like never before. So for me, please, just try out the Game Time app at least this one time, because I promise if you use this code right here, HOOPFLIX, you'll get a free $20 off. So just let me know in the comments what game you're going to, and who knows, I might just pull up right next to you. But let's pull back up to Jimmy Butler's crib, cause I never finished the goddamn story earlier. Listen, like I said, Jimmy's crib is more than a home. Cause after skipping through parts of the place that even he thinks are boring,
This is actually probably the most pointless area in the house.
Jimmy's got a custom indoor basketball court that he's always hooping on or filming commercials in.
Wow.
And he also showed off the biggest wine cellar I've ever seen that holds 20,000 bottles, has a moving ladder like in a library, and decorations from another planet.
Look at this chandelier. Tifton did it again. Those are moon rocks on the top of the chandelier up there.
Now, outside, things get even crazier, because he has a room with a TV to watch HoopFlix. Dude's also got a massive infinity pool where he's always splashing, and an outdoor bed where he's probably always smashing.
Cabana over there, kitchen goes
This
on
nigga
out.
got
you
a
know,
bed
pool, cabana over
outside in the backyard. Oh, I know this could get freaky.
But alright, the neighbors aren't always just watching Jimmy get freaky. Sometimes he invites them inside for coffee. And Jimmy turning part of his mansion into his own coffee shop made this place cost $7 million. But another NBA legend didn't just spend more on a place for him to sleep. He bought a house for his craziest cars. Cars like that are something that Dwight Howard's always spending money on. Blacked out military trucks, superhero themed whips like his Hellcat, or this crazy looking bike. Dude even got a Rolls Royce with a kinda fruity color.
Yeah, I'm not gay.
Yeah, alright man. Anyways, Dwight eventually needed more room to put his cars, so he got this. His Atlanta mansion already looks like something a former president would stay in. But I guarantee no president's hooping in their backyard like this. In the crib, Dwight also has jerseys from his opponents, art signed by famous movie characters, even a pair of Air Mags in a case so that nobody can even touch them. And don't even get me started on the fact that Dwight Howard has a room full of snakes with custom tanks.
How often have you been bit by one of your snakes?
Only been bitten 3 times.
Is there like a scar?
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. That's no joke. That's a real bite.
It didn't even hurt.
Altogether though, he made sure the snakes fit, and so do all of his cars, in a house that cost $8 million. But where Victor Oladipo lives isn't just a home, it's a place to record music. He's been making songs like that in his recording studio that cost $50,000, and that's only a fraction of what makes this place so expensive. Welcome to Hibiscus Island in Miami, literally one of the best places on earth. Here's where Oladipo's crib is located and has one of the biggest pools that any NBA player owns. Inside the house, the roof completely opens up, which is right next to the living room with 4 massive TVs. Then dude made sure he got 2 rooms dedicated to his favorite things outside of hooping. The first was his own shoe library with some of the rarest pairs in the world.
My dress code for us. I believe there's 29 pairs and mine is the 9th of the 29 pairs, so yeah, that's why it has its own case.
And after showing those off, he let everyone see his favorite room in the house, since he loves singing so much that he not only interrupts teammates' interviews.
A house, so I know they go bring it, so Victor in the back singing.
Man's got his own recording studio where he can make new music.
Man, I'm weird, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I sing just spur of the moment.
Oladipo's always singing and filming music videos in his house, cause he's trying to guarantee that write-off with a crib that cost over $9 million. But Lamelo Ball isn't just living in a place that's more expensive. It's something you can land a helicopter on. LaMelo's only allowed to do that because his mansion has private helicopter access right off the ocean. Man's backyard has a tennis court, a crazy looking pool that connects to the house, and his own private beach. LaMelo's not only getting wet outside his crib though, dude even has a huge indoor pool with a hot tub. But the rest of his place is insane too, like where it's got views of the ocean and damn near the biggest kitchen I've ever seen. Now, don't mind these ugly tour guides showing off LaMelo's movie theater. They definitely don't have enough bread to live here. Michael Jordan does though. That's why he's neighbors with LaMelo, even though dude's crib cost $11 million. But speaking of the GOAT, another home that Jordan lives at isn't just worth millions more. Rappers film music videos there.
Boxes of checks, not my Nikes.
Travis Scott was only using Jordan's mansion because it's one of the most iconic homes that an NBA player owns. The entrance has a gate with Jordan's jersey number, the backyard has a pool designed to look like a basketball, and dude's got a guest house with its own pickleball court. Jordan's always chilling inside though, because there's a game room attached to his movie theater, a massive private gym, a wine cellar. It's also got a full indoor basketball court that Travis Scott used for a music video. Now, I'm not even surprised the dude filmed all up in here, because Jordan's crib cost 15 mil. But another NBA legend doesn't just live in a home that's crazier. He's got his own water park. Tony Parker's only having fun like that because this place damn near looks like Six Flags. We gotta start with this full gym connected to an arcade that's also connected to an indoor basketball court.
Welcome to my gym.
Thank you.
It's not a everyday gym, it's a mix of everything.
That's crazy.
Man's even has a locker room next to his movie theater with custom seats and a room dedicated to all of his awards. But as crazy as all of that is, best part about Tony's crib is outside, because after cooking something up in the outdoor kitchen, his place has an entire water park with a giant pool, a lazy river, crazy looking slides, and even waterfalls. That's why Tony's always getting wet in his backyard, man. Because constantly living on vacation like that is exactly why his water park mansion cost him $16 million. But Steph Curry not only bought something worth way more, dude lives on top of a mountain. Over 500 feet up in the sky is Steph's mega mansion that doesn't just have perfect views of the ocean, it's located in a rich spot known as Billionaire's Beach and is one of the craziest houses in the entire area. Steph's always in this place because, I mean, he's basically a billionaire too. His crib has floor-to-ceiling windows that fully open up so you can live inside or outside. It's got an office with a hidden bar, a walk-in fridge stocked with food if he wants to be a munch. Steph also has a full sports bar in his basement and a spa center with an indoor jacuzzi. But speaking of water,
That shit wet like water, man.
Steph's mansion even has a massive pool with its own private beach. And since the mansion is on one of the biggest mountains in Malibu, it makes the place worth $26 million. But Anthony Davis leveled up things to a crib even more expensive that looks like it was built for the president.
Welcome to the Oval Office. Come on in.
This massive White House with an Olympic-sized pool is something that AI TikTok accounts are always posting about. Difference is, they only got grainy footage from the outside. Big Daddy HoopFlix dug deep to find out AD's always cooking in the outdoor kitchen or filming podcasts in the backyard. His mansion has a huge home gym where he's always working out, a mini arcade with hooping games, and a room with some of his most iconic trophies where he also streams on Twitch.
We out.
But AD's mansion wasn't going to be complete unless it had the one thing that he's always wanted.
And the one thing I always wanted was fucking jerseys on the wall.
Everywhere,
Watching
right?
MTV cribs in the back, you know, they used to have the jerseys and shit. So I've always wanted that shit. I got plenty more, I just ran out of space a little bit. Of course. But it's time to make some changes and shit. So.
You alternating them?
Yeah.
Why
I like
not?
to switch them up.
But an entire room dedicated to signed jerseys only adds to the reason that his place costs $31 million. And besides, the most expensive home that any NBA player owns doesn't only belong to
LeBron James.
His crib got turned into a movie.
Let's fucking go.
House Party was a movie being created that not only was gonna feature LeBron,
You are one handsome motherfucker.
it was being filmed in his 2-story mansion with a pool ready for any party.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yeah, that's what's up.
The inside was ready too, because Mans not only has a bar stocked with any type of drinks and a huge cigar lounge. There were scenes from the movie showing dudes kicking it all over LeBron's mansion, jumping on his king-size bed, snooping around in the room dedicated to all of his trophies, and even throwing a massive party in the house where poppin' celebrities showed up. Now, the movie wasn't just filmed here because of LeBron. It's also because his Los Angeles mansion cost $39 million. And that home's not even as crazy as the cars LeBron owns. But he isn't the only NBA player with some crazy cars. Steph Curry has the ugliest car you'll ever see. Another NBA All-Star wants to give you his car in this video for free. There's even an NBA legend who owns a vehicle that could survive World War III. So click this video for me. Click it.